Aspects of writing are a life skill. It's always handy to be able to fill in a form, sign a check, write a note, write a shopping list, write a thank you card, address an envelope. So writing is something that if it's hard, you might always be working on as well as working around. There's another video on ways of making your writing neater. And this video is on workarounds or accommodating the writing difficulty. So if writing is hard for someone, you don't want that difficulty to get in the way of them taking in information and learning stuff or showing what they have learned. So for an example, if there's writing on the board or in a book and the person or the class are being asked to write that out, and the purpose of it is that by writing it out, they're taking in the information and learning it better. If writing is really hard for the person, then they're not going to achieve the goal that way. I'll give you a little exercise to do. You can pause the video when I put this up. So, if I told you to spend some time writing this out, you might be able to do it. It would take you longer than someone who is familiar with this script, and you wouldn't be familiar with the message you've written because this isn't something that you know. So a workaround to help with learning could be that you give someone a printout of the notes on the board, or you give them photocopied notes and you ask them to highlight the important bits, or you get them to read it with a buddy and then they share information, they tell each other what they've learned from it, or that they're reading something and then linking it to something that they've already learned and in another way and pulling the ideas together. Another example would be if you're asking someone to write out something that they've learned, and normally you're looking for 2 pages of an essay type answer. If writing is really slow for the person, then you need to look for workarounds so that they can get all the information across without a handwriting difficulty slowing them down. So you might let them give their answer in bullet points or fill in the blanks, or using a speech-to-text technology, or telling you some of the answers or telling them to someone else and them scribing them. And it's also worth working on touch typing skills for someone who finds writing difficult. So doing a little touch typing program with either a laptop or a computer or a little keyboard attached to a phone or a tablet, and doing 10 minutes a day supervised practice. So I say supervised because you really want to give the person the chance to develop the muscle memory and to do that without looking down at the keys. So an adult might be with them for those 10 minutes and covering over the fingers so that they're doing it. It's really slow at beginning, so you want to limit frustration and just do it for a short time. I like the program on www.typing.com, but there's loads of different ones out there. It doesn't work for everyone. There's a lot of motor planning in it, and you obviously need a bit of finger isolation as well to be able to do it, but it's worth trying, and it can be a great speedy way of producing neat handwriting for some people. I'm going to do one other exercise that I usually do in the workshops, and again it's really good for developing empathy, because if someone has a writing difficulty, then it can be really frustrating for them being constantly told to neaten up their writing or to write faster when it's something that they physically aren't able to do at the moment. So looking for workarounds and accommodating it can really reduce the stress, and this little exercise can help in understanding what that feels like. So you write this out in the hand you don't normally use for writing. So again, you can pause the video and finish this out.